So you've been following the keto diet, all of a sudden your sleep is suffering. Problems you never had before with your sleep are starting to occur. You're having trouble falling asleep. You're having trouble staying asleep. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 ways to fix your sleep when you are following the keto diet. What's up, keto campers? My name is Ben Azadi. I'm a certified functional health practitioner, best-selling author, and I am on a mission to educate 1 billion people on planet Earth, and for that, I'm grateful. You're tuned into the leading authority on YouTube when it comes to fasting and the keto diet. So if you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell, and I'm releasing 3 to 4 brand new videos every single week. Now here's just an overview of what you're about to learn in this video. Why do most people suffer with their sleep when they transition to a keto diet, when they transition to lower carbohydrates? I'm going to explain what's happening in the body, and I'll give you some solutions to fix it starting tonight. You're going to learn about a beverage. This is a bonus tip right here. A beverage that you have right before bed. I call it nature's Nyquil. It's keto, tastes pretty good, and it'll relax the mind, it'll relax the body. And that's going to be actually the bonus tip. After that bonus tip, you're going to want to stick around because I'm going to show you the worst habit to have right before bed. If you have this habit, your fat loss is suffering, your brain is suffering, and your keto results are not going to come the way you want them to come. So I'm going to give you the worst habit to have before bed. That's later on in the video. And then I'm going to explain to you some important keto-approved supplements to take before bed that'll give you amazing results, amazing sleep. So you wake up the next day and you feel energized. And that's what we want to do. We want to have amazing energy, amazing focus, amazing fat loss. We want to get all the benefits of the keto diet. So in this video, if your sleep is suffering, follow these tips and you're going to maximize the keto diet. We know, or you may not know, but sleep is so important. I believe sleep is more important than working out, so exercise and nutrition combined, because you could be doing the best diet, keto, you could be fasting, you could be doing a CrossFit workout, but if your sleep is crap, you're not going to get the results you want. Studies show that sleep weakens your immune system. So if you find yourself getting sick a lot, it usually correlates to poor sleep. Studies show it accelerates the growth of tumors. That is some scary business. Those who are sleep deprived have a higher risk of cancer development in the body. It knocks you out of ketosis because when you're lacking on sleep, your blood sugars are higher. What follows glucose? And what goes hand in hand with glucose? Insulin. And when glucose and insulin is up, ketones are down. They have an inverted relationship. So you can be doing the perfect keto diet, but if your sleep is crap, you're going to have higher blood sugar levels and you're not going to get into that deep healing stages of ketosis. And then we also know it brain damage and brain shrinkage. If your brain's not able to flush out these toxins like it does during delta sleep, they're going to accumulate. It's going to lead to things like Alzheimer's, brain fog, and your brain is actually going to deteriorate. That, my friend, is scary business. And then weight gain. 98% of fat burning takes place during stage 4 sleep. Okay, you have your top 5 fat burning hormones. You have thyroid T3, growth hormone, IGF, testosterone are all activated during stage 4 sleep. 98% of fat burning is taking place here, not at the gym, not during your workout, not during that run, during this. So if you're having trouble losing weight, this is a big reason why sleep is very important for weight loss and muscle development as well. And I could go on and on about the dangerous effects of poor sleep. I wrote a book about sleep. Go to Amazon.com and type in The Power of Sleep. Get my best-selling book if you want more details on how to maximize your sleep. All right, here's your tip number 1. Turn your bedroom into a sleep cave. Pretend like you're going to hibernate for 3 months. What does that mean? You want to make sure your bedroom is cold. Studies show 60 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. It's the sweet spot for that deep 4 sleep that I just spoke about a few minutes ago. When you get that deep sleep, your body is healing itself, you're burning fat. And that's where the studies show is the sweet spot. So I know it sounds cold. You're probably thinking, wow, I'm going to be freezing my butt off. Bundle up, baby. Set that thermostat to 62 to 68, something like that. I put mine on 64. You're going to notice better sleep with that. And then also, you want to make sure you're turning off all electronics at least 60 minutes before bed. That means you're putting your phone on airplane mode. That means you're powering down your MacBook. I know it's difficult to do this, especially if you're an entrepreneur like me, but it's important to avoid this stimulation. You need about 60 beats per minute of a heart rate or less in order to fall asleep, in order to relax. So if you're stimulating yourself by watching the news, by going on your Instagram or your Facebook and seeing, I don't know, the president talk about something you don't like, or a friend post something you don't like, it's going to stimulate your heart rate. That is not conducive to getting to bed. And then the third thing here is we want to avoid blue light. Okay, blue light is everywhere. It is the light bulb above me right now, the light bulbs around me right now. It's in your room, it's in your bathroom. So I wear something called blue light blocking glasses. I put these on when the sun goes down and it helps filter out the blue light so I don't have to do it myself. Because when blue light goes through your eyes, touches your skin, you activate cortisol. When cortisol goes up, guess what goes down? Melatonin. I call melatonin the sleep hormone, the vampire hormone. It's an antioxidant and a hormone, and it helps you get good sleep. It helps you feel relaxed. So if you have cortisol up and melatonin down, it's going to be very hard to get to bed. So these glasses help filter out the blue light so melatonin could go up, cortisol could go down. I wear a pair of glasses from Swanix. I'll put a link for them down below. You can check them out. I got it on Amazon. And lastly, on melatonin, there was a study that showed an increased risk of cancer, metabolic syndrome, diabetes, and heart disease with low melatonin levels. That's serious business. I'll put those studies down below so you can read it and be really motivated and inspired to get those melatonin levels to a healthy range. Here's another simple tip for you. Tip number 2, take a warm to hot shower 45 to 60 minutes before your intended bedtime. The reason is because when you take that hot shower, you're going to have a elevated body temperature naturally. When you hop out of that shower and go into that cold bedroom, which I spoke about, your body is going to cool itself down. That cooling effect has a calming and relaxing effect. So I love a warm to hot shower an hour before bed. Getting out of that, I feel nice and relaxed and I go into my nighttime routine. It's been a game changer for me. So I definitely recommend that. It's a very simple tip that you could implement on a nightly basis. You might know that I love my coffee, my keto coffee. I have it most mornings. I'm a big fan of coffee and caffeine from the right sources. But I have a caffeine curfew, and I recommend you do the same. Don't drink coffee past 2 p.m. because it has a half-life of 6 hours, meaning 6 hours after you have it, half of that caffeine is still in your system. So you might be saying, oh, it's fine, I'm good. I could have a shot of an espresso and still go to bed. It doesn't affect me. Well, that may be so. You might be able to fall asleep, but you're not going to get that deep delta sleep that you desire. And you could test this with something like an Oura Ring. If you think caffeine doesn't affect you, or alcohol, or the tip I'm going to give you later on to avoid, then test it out, because you might be thinking you're getting sleep because you're asleep, but it's shallow, crappy sleep. It's light sleep. Same thing with caffeine. So give yourself a little bit of a caffeine curfew here. If you follow my caffeine hack by having your coffee 90 minutes after waking up instead of first thing in the morning, you're going to find you're going to get more bang for your buck, because you're not going to have to reach for that third or fourth or fifth cup later on in the afternoon. And the reason is because when you wake up first thing in the morning, cortisol is already up. So if you have your caffeine first thing in the morning, it's pretty much rendered useless. You're going to get not much from that caffeine, because cortisol is more powerful than caffeine. But if you wait an hour and a half, cortisol begins to drop down. You have your coffee then, they bind together. You're going to find better energy levels, so you don't have to go past 2 p.m. with another coffee or another Red Bull, something that might knock you out of ketosis. So do that tip there, give yourself a curfew, and your body is going to be better and ready for bed later on that night. Okay, here are my favorite keto bedtime supplements to implement with your keto diet. Have these right before bed. Number 1 is going to be magnesium. It is the most powerful mineral for helping you relax and to improve your sleep. Most people are deficient in this very important mineral, which is responsible for over 400 enzymatic processes in the body. That means if you're deficient, that's 400 processes your body cannot do efficiently. I would say over 75% of people are deficient in this, and that's why we have an epidemic of sleep issues and just chronic disease. A study published in the Journal of Intensive Care Medicine showed that you are twice as likely to die if you have a long-term deficiency in magnesium. So here's the dose. Take 400 milligrams of magnesium right before bed. I have my favorite one that I use, and I'm going to put a link for it down below. It's magnesium malate. It helps calm the adrenals, and it helps get your magnesium levels at that optimal range. The second supplement is potassium. I talk a lot about potassium because when you're on the keto diet, you're depleting a lot of your sugar reserves, your glycogen, and you're losing a lot of minerals, one of them being potassium. So I always talk about eating your green leafy vegetables. I also think it's smart to supplement with it, especially right before bed. So I'm going to put a link for the one that I use. It's the similar dose, 400 milligrams, and it works synergistically with magnesium. They are best friends here, and they're going to help you with your sleep. And then lastly, MCT oil. MCT oil is very keto, so that's not going to break your ketosis. And the cool thing about MCT oil is that if you notice that you have nighttime cravings, have half a tablespoon to 1 tablespoon of MCT oil, and it'll keep those cravings away so you can get to bed. All right, the next tip here, it's gonna shock you because it's not really keto, but it's going to help. Let me explain. Oh my God, raw honey. Ben, you call yourself the Keto Camp, the founder of Keto Camp, and you're talking about having raw honey. This is blasphemy. Well, hear me out here. Understand why I have this on the list. Usually when somebody is transitioning from being a sugar burner to a fat burner into the great land of ketosis, there's about a 21, 28 day transition there until somebody starts producing these ketones. That transition could have your sleep suffer dramatically because your brain is used to tapping into your liver glycogen overnight to get its energy. So if you don't have that flexibility yet, your brain's gonna run low on glucose and you're gonna find yourself waking up in the middle of the night wired and it's going to be very difficult to get back to the bed. So if this is you, if you're somebody who's been doing keto and you're waking up in the middle of the night, this is probably what's happening in your body. So I recommend just having a little bit of some raw honey, raw organic honey to give your brain enough energy from your glycogen stores. And I hear people always making fun of the way I say glycogen. Glycogen, you know what I'm talking about. Either way, you could call me out on it. And then, so 1 to 2 teaspoons, not tablespoons, so 1 to 2. Make sure it's raw honey because that's 22% better than conventional honey out there. This is just a temporary fix here. I'm not saying to have honey every single night before bed for months, but as you make that transition, this could be a game changer for you. Those were my 5 tips. I have a bonus tip for you. This is probably my favorite tip. It's a game changer, and here we go. Banana tea. I wrote about this in my book, The Power of Sleep. Banana tea is nature's Nyquil. I'm going to show you how to make it in a second. You're probably thinking, what the heck? Bananas are not keto, man. Another item on your list? Here's how you make it before you judge what I'm about to say. You want to grab a whole banana, make sure it is organic, and a lot of people get on me with, about that organic pesticide crap. Get it organic, make sure you leave the peel on. You're not taking off the peel, you're just cutting off the ends of that banana, and you're going to put that into a pot with water, 2 to 3 cups of water, and let it boil with the peel on. It turns out the magnesium peel has more of these micronutrients, potassium, magnesium, these minerals that help you relax, more than the actual banana itself. So as you let it boil for 5 minutes, all that's gonna seep into the water. When it's done boiling, you're going to discard the banana or put it into the freezer. You're not eating the banana. You're gonna just pour that water into a cup and you have banana tea. It has a light flavor of banana. It's not going to knock you out of ketosis. And I'm telling you, if you're somebody who has your brain just racing at night, add this into the mix, drink it. It's like nature's Nyquil. It calms you down. You could throw in a bag of chamomile tea or reishi mushroom with that banana tea. It's been a game changer. By the way, on the topic of somebody who has their mind racing at night, which a lot of entrepreneurs do if you're an entrepreneur, something that I've noticed, and this is just something I just thought of naturally right now, grab a piece of paper and just write down what you're thinking. It's called a mental dump. You take it from here to here, and it helps you relax and stop thinking so much. All right, so I gave you your tips, 5 amazing tips, a bonus. I'm gonna show you now the worst thing to do before bed. If you're doing this before bed, you're going to have weight loss resistance, you're going to age faster, your sleep's gonna suffer, and all bad things are just in your future. The worst habit to have before bed is late night snacking. If you have the habit of eating within 3 hours of going to sleep, you are doing a lot of damage to your body. I never want somebody to give themselves energy from food, even if it's keto, and then not use that energy. When you just consume all that food energy and then go to sleep, your body is going to create a lot of this reactive oxygen species, ROS. If you have a lot of this, it's creating free radicals, it's creating inflammation. It's not going to allow you to get deep restorative sleep. Think about it. If your body needs to process that food via digestion, it takes a lot of energy and resources and blood flow to do that. What does that mean? If you're sleeping, your body's using a lot of its resources to digest the food instead of burning fat, instead of letting the brain flush out toxins, instead of restoring your muscles from a workout. So if you have the habit of doing that, I recommend at least 3 hours before bed, do not have anything to eat. Now there is an exception here. The honey that I spoke about, that's an exception. Like I said, it's a temporary crutch. But if you are consistently doing this and you're waking up with brain fog in the morning, if you're not losing the weight as fast as you'd like, this, my friends, is a huge clue to why. If this video has been helpful to you, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the Keto Camp YouTube channel, I'm releasing 3 to 4 brand new videos every week. So subscribe, hit the bell. Let me know, out of the 6 bonus tips that I gave you, which one was your favorite? Which one had you thinking, oh, wow, I didn't know that. I'm going to try that tonight. So out of the 1 to 6, which one was it? And keep your comments coming in on my channel. I respond to every comment that comes through. It might be a day or 2 or 3 days late, but I always look at them and I always respond. I always love your questions, your suggestions, and just your comments. So thank you. I want to give a shout out to the comment of the day. It comes from Take Off Your Blinders, all the way in Australia. And they said, what a great explanation and rundown. Funny how no one else has mentioned this for beginners before. Cheers from the down under. He was referring to my video, 3 Simple Rules of Fasting. So I want to give you that shout out. Thank you for your comment. Take off your blinkers. I'm going to be giving you all shout outs every one of my videos here. So make sure you comment. You might be the next person who gets a shout out. I want to thank you for your time and your energy. Have yourself a grateful day.